Let's see, in applied sport psychology here in Aspire, what do we do for a goal-setting process? This is easy to say. Goals without action plans are just words, but how are you actually, what type of exercise do you use in order to increase the awareness of your athletes, of their strengths and weaknesses? How can somebody become a better table tennis player? And the athlete is asking frankly, what kind of skills does he need or does she need for the sport? We're talking about the 4 different aspects of the performance that in Aspire we always add a 5th one. Of course, we are talking about the most rapid sport in the world. We have the physical aspect, and of course the physical aspect must be at a very good level. There's a lot of footwork, vigorous activity involved while playing table tennis, so physical aspect, I would say, it's too important. Tactics, it's a highly tactical sport also. It's very technical, you know it better than me. Mental readiness, in order to respond correctly to all these rapidly incoming stimuli, you have to be mentally tough, mentally ready. Okay? And of course, the 5th aspect is a lifestyle, because even if you have the best athlete, if he starts playing online PlayStation every night till 3 a.m., we have a phenomenon here like that. He will not be able to sleep properly, he will not recover, he cannot perform. Or if you have an athlete who eats 4 or 5 times per week junk food, then this is not a lifestyle of an elite table tennis player as well. So what we do in Aspire is that we use a concentric circle. This concentric circle is divided into 5 broad categories. These categories are the different aspects of the athlete's performance, and then conventionally we ask the students to come up with 4 skills per category, 20 skills in total, 4 key skills per category. Of course, this cannot be done only by the athlete. It needs sports scientists, it needs coach's input. Without the coach's input, the coach knows better what skills are needed for the development of the athlete. So, in the end, we come up with something like that. This is an example of a table tennis player, by the way. And you can see, then we asked the athlete to rate himself from 1 to 10. From 1 to 10, considering that 10 is an elite table tennis player. We may ask the coach also to do that, because at this age especially, they don't have very good perception of ability. So the coach may, with his rating, point out some weak areas. And you see here, the athlete has set goals for his diet, for his endurance, for his stress management, and his sleep. And of course, we pass them through an educational thing also, because we have to make sure that the athlete understands that which skills fall into which category. For example, many athletes do not know where flexibility falls. So we ask them some questions like that. Where diet falls, they don't know that. Some of them can guess, but so we have to pass them through this educational session to make sure that they understand which skill falls into which category, and then we start the process. In this process, the most important benefit is one word: awareness. For the first time in probably his life, the athlete becomes aware, first of all, of the key skills needed in table tennis, second, of his strengths and weaknesses. And then, with the help of the coach, he or she is in position to set appropriate, smart goals. The truth is that in Aspire, we have actually use, it was Mr. Connor's idea. All this exercise was transferred into an electronic self-profiling system. So each student has a profile that they can log on online. They can rate themselves every now and then. The coach can log on also, can put his rating with different color. They can upload multimedia to monitor, to record their efforts towards achieving a goal. For example, a training session, backhand spin that I said, they can video record it, they can upload it. So in the future, they can see what type of effort they put towards achieving the goal. And we have set it in such a way that we can frequently send reminders to their smartphones, to their emails, so that once they forget to log on, they immediately get a reminder with a link and they go back to log on and review their goals once more. So we have adjusted to the habits and needs of our athletes, but it works. It is at its infancy level, to be honest, but hopefully within the next school year, it will be fully operational and adopted by all teams. I will show you if, for example, now I'm entering with my profile as a psychologist. I have created a profile, a mock profile to be honest, to show you. Here you see the concentric circle I talked to you about. We have two ratings here. Okay, both ratings are done by me, actually, because it's a mock profile, as I said here, because I cannot really show you profiles of our students for reasons of confidentiality. So we have the athletes with red color and the coaches with a green color, okay, ratings. And you see, according to the legend, that the athlete has written something for his diet, like a comment, not goal. He says, I eat junk food more than twice a week, for example. Or for his stress tolerance, he says, my hands get too cold before a competition. And I think he has set a goal also here. I want to dedicate 2 hours of my weekly training to mind room training, where he will learn how he can regulate this problem, how he can prevent his hands from getting too cold due to anxiety. And as I said, the athlete can receive regularly reminders, and it's really a very handy app that, and we are very proud to have it, actually. That's it. I don't know if you have any questions. I have been talking for a long time, I think. So I don't know. Yes?
I'm interested in this profile. How do you deal with cases, let's say, where there are big discrepancies between the self-profiling of the athlete and the coaches?
But this is, as I said before, it's a very educational process for the athlete, especially at the age of 12 years that you have the athletes now with you. They are not aware of they don't have a good perception of ability. Sometimes due to various factors, they overestimate themselves. So once the athlete will become aware of this, that the coach rates him or her at a much lower level, then this will trigger a big discussion. And the coach, from his or her perspective as an expert, has to explain. I mean, you, apart from coaches, you are teachers also. You are pedagogists, I would dare to say. So it is an educational process for the athlete.
So basically you use it as a tool.
It is a tool. First of all, we don't realize, probably I should have pointed out more the fact that the biggest benefit here is awareness. Awareness is a big benefit, really, that you cannot imagine. Many of you, really. This is what I'm saying. Once the athlete becomes aware of all these skills, okay, I'm sure that there are some athletes at this age of 12 years that they have not thought about some skills like that. like the ones listed here. It's a good exercise. Coach, how am I going to improve this? Coach, why did you rate me 5? Because of this and that. Okay. Then probably we can work on that somehow. Any other question? Yes?
How good will the kids of 12 will be able to handle the pressure when they go for a big competition, a national level competition?
Now we are going to the stress management topic.
For example,
yes?
I take my country, India.
Mm.
So we have an event called Cadet.
Mm-hmm.
In India, it is below 12 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Cadet event.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think it's really good for a kid of 12 years old to handle that amount of pressure that is when they're playing tournaments and a lot of peer pressure is there?
Well,
because they're young. So, this is a...
Again, we are going to a different topic, yes, but yeah. You have the right to ask this question. Yeah. I can give you some hints also if you have time. Exposure to international tournaments is one of the key ways by means of which you can build a mentally tough athlete. So in the end, yes, they will be probably choked under pressure, but that's why you need to actually assist standby athlete, not only as a coach, but as a parent sometimes, In many contexts around the world, they have a sports psychologist as well, although I know that not many countries have this access. I understand that. So the question is how good or how bad. I'm telling you that unless you expose the athlete to international tournaments, he or she will never really get a good stress management level. Because even if he works with us a lot, yes, he may build some level of mental toughness, but still exposure to international tournaments will help more. Will help, not more, will help. Period.
Can a player in any age decide his goal?
Decide what, sorry?
His goal and work on it? Or,
yeah, but of 12 years old?
Any age?
Well, no, because we are talking about different cognitive functioning between 12 and 18. We cannot say at any age. A player, a table tennis player, thinks in a different way when he's 18 than when he's 12. So for smaller adolescents, I would say, even for older, because sometimes players think that they know everything, but they don't. I think that the coach's expertise is always needed, to a higher or a smaller extent, depending on the age of the athlete, yes. Yes?
What are the qualities a parent should possess to support the player?
I think the key quality is that the parent should always be in cooperation with the experts of the sport. Because the parent, unless he's an expert himself, she cannot really know what the athlete needs in order to develop in the sport. I think this is the key thing. Communication with the coaching team. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.